Good morning.
How
Hey,
are we
Coach
doing
Bob.
today?
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. Hello, hello, hello.
Good
I see
morning.
Coach Nick. I see Coach John. I see Coach Heidi. I
Hello.
see future Coach Leslie.
All
How's
the cool
everybody
people.
doing? Kathleen, long time no see.
Right? Had a good chat with my son while
We
he ate
did. We
breakfast.
did. We didn't realize the brick mastermind wasn't happening, so we were on the brick because Bob didn't read emails. Heidi,
Oh boy. And you
Yeah,
know
Bob's
it's
in trouble
the
with-
Queen's birthday today.
who?
The Queen.
Oh, it's Steph's
Oh,
birthday.
so she's not going to be here.
Oh,
I
happy
didn't know
birthday,
she was a
Steph! If
Leo
you watch
with
this
me.
later, Steph, happy
Yeah.
birthday.
Yes, yes.
So you won't get in trouble for not reading your emails, Bob. is
I
what
know.
she said.
Phew, thank goodness.
I'm
John,
pretty much not going to
where
read
are
emails for a few weeks,
here?
so it's all good.
John, where are you, sir, in Michigan?
I am Southwest Michigan, and I'm actually in 3 MLSs. I run a small team. We're in Northwest Indiana, Southwest Michigan, and then all the way up into the IR MLS in South Bend, Notre Dame area.
Got it. Are you near Holland?
I actually sell in Holland. I love selling in Holland.
I'm from Holland.
Really?
Yes, sir.
I just love that town, and I so love in the wintertime. The streets are all heated, so there's
Yes,
snow or
and
ice.
that's where tulip time is. And I
Yeah.
learned actually when my husband and I were dating 100 years ago, I said, "Oh, pick me a tulip." And he said, "I won't." And I said, "Yeah, you will." And he's like, "No, I won't, because it is a $500 fine." So we went to Myers and he bought me a pot of tulips.
Well, you know that there's a store up there that has the most amazing tulips bulbs for sale.
Yes, 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 they do. We were actually just up there. So yes.
Really?
Yes.
Well, the weather's gorgeous.
Well, it was very hot when we were there. So, but
Oh, well, where are you located, Heidi?
it's Southwest Florida, Sarasota,
And you
Where
think
it's not hot
Southern
at all.
Michigan
where it's
had
not hot at all.
Yeah. What are you saying here?
What the hell? Right. Yes. Yeah. The only thing we shovel here is sand.
Yeah. Well, and and I'm sure you guys all have that friend that lives in Florida, and then when we have a foot of snow, they call you and like, "Oh, it's 75 degrees here."
That's me. That's
Heidi.
That's me.
Heidi, right?
Yeah.
Okay, guys. What do you want to do, Bob? You want to get started?
I just, everybody, this is Coach John. He's freaking amazing. And, we are guest coaching everybody, each month we're doing a different session. And John is going to focus us on luxury.
Yay.
And some of this is going to feed back to the SEO god over there. So yeah, you know who you are. I call you
Mr. McCraney.
Yes. So guys, luxury is really a mindset. I mean, it really is. If you don't feel that you can sell a luxury house, then you won't. I mean, it all starts with mindset, right? They are a little different client because in many cases they're more educated client. When you're selling houses that are $1 million plus, you're going to have knowledgeable clients. So a little about me, I currently hold the record in 2 of our counties for the highest 2 luxury sales in the last 10 years, actually. And the only person that had 2 sales in the multi-million-dollar price point. So please, I worked my butt off. Thank you very much. But you know what? It's a house. You sell a house. It is a house. There are a few things that you really have to get your mindset in place that you can do it, and you have to show up with confidence. And the other thing is know your market. Do not walk in to a luxury presentation with a list of MLS sheets as comps. Okay? No, that happens. That happens all the time. Because here's what happens. You have a few agents that either live in the area or they've done luxury so long, they're the name, right? And they get very complacent. I love when agents get complacent. That is my favorite thing to do, is to have a complacent agent. So number one, what I would say, believe in yourself, believe you can do it, and understand that it's just a house. All right. It's a big house. Financing is a little different, but it's a house. They have the same motivations. You want to know what you bring to the table that's different. So you do your added, your added value. I'm a master accredited home stager as well as an agent. And I'm also a luxury certified home stager. And I'm a guild member of the Institute for Luxury Home Marketing. And I've been a presenter and award winner for the International Association of Home Staging Professionals. So when I walk in, I make sure that my presentations, they know my added value. All right. So my branding is spot on. I make sure that I walk in like, can you hand me that for a second? Like when I do luxury farming, this is an example of my farm. One of the postcards I use, right? And I didn't want to, it's a trifold. I didn't want a trifold like everybody does, you know, I didn't want that. So my trifold, and it's all branded, my branding, my colors, everything. And of course I have my company branding on. It opens up about me, my success stories, testimonials. It's all about how I can help you and show you my added value, right?
So for anybody who may not be able to see with the blur, his trifolds vertically rather than trifolding horizontally.
Right. I like to be outside of the box. So make sure you have who here has a really solid brand? Just show me. Okay. So the ones that don't have your hands in the air, get your branding. Get your branding down. Like my business card has the same colors. My note cards to my clients has the same brand. My social media, my website has the same branding, my color scheme. Of course, I always go by my company brand standards, but I'm a firm believer that as a realtor, you're the brand. They're coming to you because of you. The next step is know your competition, right? I pick the top 5 agents and I look at their website because I know Mr. SEO God over here. I like to run their websites and see what their backlinks are. Yeah, I want to know what's bringing people to their sites and where they're marketing, right? And then I want to do it better. And I will tell you many times, it's not hard to do it better because a lot of agents don't take the time to understand where their sites are getting fed from. So know your SEO and make sure everything that you're putting out from now on has that luxury SEO from the market you're trying to target. If you need anyone that can help you with that, that would be Mr. Bob. Okay. So then next, you want to know your market, and then you want to become hyper local. Who's here has heard that hyper local term 7,000 times? Who here actually knows what that means? Okay. Okay. So know your market. If you're walking in with a luxury client, you must know your market. You must know everything that's being built. You must know everything that's been sold. You must know everything that's happening in that market, and you must be the expert. Do not walk in and not know your market. And I cannot tell you how many agents walk in not really knowing their market except for their MLS sheets. Luxury agents. The other thing is when you get to the point where you're starting to get in front of luxury clients, then make sure that you dress for the appointment and make sure that your car is prepared for the appointment. And I know that this is like little things, but it's all mindset. This is not a client that you're going to show up in a dirty pickup truck for.
Yeah, just watch the pickup, please.
Yeah, yeah, just run it through the car wash.
Nick,
And
he's talking
get rid
to
of all
you.
this, the realtor litter that's in your car. But in order to break into it, start defining your added value. You really have to communicate your added value to them.
John, can I interrupt and ask a question, sir?
Always.
Please. Can you explain why not to bring MLS sheets?
Okay.
Please.
Because you want to show up. Now, I'm not saying don't do a CMA, okay, which will have MLS information in it. But what I'm talking about is you show up with a manila folder with MLS sheets going, here's the solds, here's this, here's that, there's this. Do a nice CMA presentation. Does everyone here have a platform that they use for nice CMAs? Okay. Now, does everyone here have a customized CMA platform that is specific to you, or do you all look like little soldiers? Okay. Do you know that almost every one of the CMA platforms that are available to you for free, you can customize? So RPR, who has RPR? We have RPR users, right? Great product. Most people give it to you free. You can put 5 custom pages in there, right? So I have my cover sheet, my branded cover sheet. I have my marketing, what I do for my team, my added values. I have my team stuff, and I have testimonials. And my very last page is something called My Pledge to You. And that is my service commitment to you. Now, did I pay a fortune for a designer to do these for me? No. I did them on Canva. There's a lot of great, you can go on Etsy and buy custom templates and customize it, but make yourself stand out. If you're in a big box company and you know that you're going to have somebody in your office as competition, then make sure you stand out from that competition. All right. There is nothing worse than going in with a luxury client and they know more about the market than you, and they will. If there is a country club in that, like we have a gorgeous gated subdivision, it has a country club, primary homes, not lake homes or anything like that. Make sure that you know what the amenities are, everything. You have to be a hyper local expert, because I guarantee you there's somebody that's living in that subdivision that's also a realtor and will be the hyper local expert, right? Pick those people out, do a better job. So and I'd love to just chime in or put it in the chat. Where do you think you're weak on your branding? Because I find that this is where most people drop it, is their branding and their market knowledge. So can you throw some things in the chat for me so I can, I want to see where you guys think you're. CMA, that's a big deal, guys. You should always have a really good custom CMA. I know that Caldwell, I think now, is using Moxie. Who's here does Moxie present? Because that's a really good one. Cloud CMA, you can customize that to death. RPR, customize it to death, and have your custom pages in it. If you have more custom pages and testimonials and things, then print them out and put them in when you bind it. My presentation book is a hardcover book for my luxury clients. Okay. It's branded to me. Can you give me one of those? No, the hardcover book. My assistant's next to me. I do a hardcover book, right? I have a card slider that goes in. I do, and then can everyone see this? That looks like a key. Can you see that? That is a flash drive with my branding in it. And I put my commercials that I've done for other luxury clients on that flash drive. And then I put a little tag inside my book cover and I say, play me. So, but do you see how I go beyond what the normal realtor does? Because I want the deal. There's some great objection handling. Phil Jones has it. I love Jackie Kravitz. I don't know if anyone's ever heard of, looked at her stuff on YouTube. She does some great objection handling. But if you don't walk in with confidence, you're going to get shot down within your first 10 minutes, right? Now, I never do a one appointment luxury listing presentation, right? I have a pre-listing presentation that I normally print and drop off to them before our first appointment. Because when I'm at the house, I want to hear them talk. I want to hear their frustrations. I want to hear what they're proud about. I want to hear everything that they're going to tell me. And if you just listen, they will tell you exactly where you need to go, right? And here's my saying on this. You have two of these and one of these. Use these first and use these most. So you want to get, you want to have a really nice presentation. You want to be dressed for the client. I'm a firm believer in that you should be a chameleon for all of your clients. Like when I have a client that's going to go out looking for land, I dress for that. But when I'm with a luxury client, I dress like a luxury agent. You have to understand where you can market luxury and what has the most profound effect for what you're doing, and where to spend your money and where not. Now, for us up here, we have Crane's business, and I will tell you, one of their ads is like $3,000 to start. That's a little hefty for my luxury marketing. So if I'm doing a Crane's ad, trust me, I'm getting a better commission rate. Right? You have to know the luxury. We in Indiana, we don't have so many luxury magazines except for Lake Life. But we're outside of Chicago, so there are many luxury magazines that are out there. Look those up. Haverstock, have any of you ever heard of Haverstock? They have a gorgeous luxury marketing magazine by me. So know what your marketing is going to be, but also know your value. The first time I went into a luxury presentation, I will tell you, they tried to dictate a lot of terms to me, and I said no. And then I pointed out why. And
Can you give us an example of a few?
Well,
what did they try to do to you?
They tried to reduce my commission, first of all. Then they had a cousin that worked out of someplace else and wanted a referral. They called me directly. And understand, guys, if you ever do a referral with me, I give great referrals. I really take good care of your clients. But if you don't contact me and a client contacts me and I'm working with them and have an appointment with me, if they spring a referral agent on me at that appointment, I don't do the referral. There is a really great book we have called a dictionary. Look up the what referral means agents, right? So they've already gotten all my marketing information. They've gotten they've gotten all about my team. They've gotten our accreditations. They've gotten, samples of my work, what I do before I get to the house. Then I say, guys, when I'm going to drop this off to you beforehand, because when I'm at the house, our time together needs to be about the home, your home, not about me. So let's get that out of the way. If you have any questions, please talk to me beforehand. We'll get those taken care of within the first 10 or 15 minutes. But I need this to be about your house. No one's going to know your home better than you will, right? And then you have to be the master. So both my top two homes were 18,000 square feet and 20,000 square feet. So my tour of each of those homes took over an hour just to walk it. Right? So be prepared. And listen to what they say. And I cannot stress this enough to you guys. Listen to what they say to you, and they're going to tell you. Now, most of these people do not pick numbers out of the air, and they will look at you to be the expert on this because, you know, they will know what Joe's house sold down the block, this sold down, you know, they're going to know that, but they're really not going to understand what's going to work for them and what isn't going to work for them. And here's what I recommend. When you're doing this tour, listen, take notes, and do not give away the house. Do you know what I mean when I say that? And I have coaching clients that I have to talk to about this all the time. Don't walk through and go, you need to do this, and 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 I would do this and move this front. Don't do that. Don't do that. And watch the words you say. Like the word but, try not to use the word but when you're in. And I have agents do this, and this is what happens. My gosh, your kitchen is drop dead beautiful. Your bathroom upgrade, stunning, but your landscaping really needs some work. Okay. So when I use the word but, what did I just do? Okay, unmute yourselves.
You said everything aside that was good and went with the negative.
Absolutely. I just negated every single positive thing I told them. Now, this is your house. Like, you know, I have a nice house. If you come in and you start tearing my house apart as an agent, guess what? You're out of here.
That's because that's when it makes it personal.
That's when it makes it personal. Our job is to take that house and make it a commodity. But you have to educate your clients. And it is, with a luxury client, it's going to be it'll be personal because they all think their house is the best. And many times they're right. But so you want to know what is important to them, what their thoughts are. And then when you've done that, then you sit down. Never walk into, and this is for any home, never walk in with a CMA that has a price on it, guys. Always have a range, right? Agents make this mistake all the time. You've never been in that house. You've never set foot on their carpet. You've never seen their tile. You've never seen their walls. You've never seen that chewed off molding because they have a giant dog. You don't see that, right? So do a range. Now, as a good agent, you can do a range, right? Many times I've done a range and I walk in and then I'll have to take a lower price. But then I will say that I have been surprised and I've taken a higher price, right? Now yes.
I do the exact same thing. I do a range from the lowest it could sell for to the highest it could sell for, and an average in the middle. And as I see the house, I will let them know if I think this is below average or high above average or pushing the market well, to a new high.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm with you. I don't walk in and say your price is X.
Mm-mm.
Because if I don't match what their Y is, I could be out of. I could have a chance to find out their price and then talk to them about maybe why their price isn't realistic. But if I just walk in and say, "Here's the price of your house," I could be out the door.
Well, I mean, on my highest sale, guys, he had purchased the home just a few years prior, and I walked in and I'm like, I feel that I can, in this market, I can get you. And I mean, he had it 2 years, so there's no equity on that because he was an attorney and he had loans, so it was leveraged. Let's just say that. But I said, no, I can. He goes, I just want to not have to bring money to the table. And I said, let's price it here. I can sell it for here. And I had the fastest sale in their market because of it. Now, here's the thing. Once you get and this is what I said to them. Let's backtrack a bit. So when they wanted to do these terms with me, I explained to them why I wouldn't. I showed them what my work was like compared to my competitors. Never bash a competitor under any circumstance as an agent, ever. Don't be that agent, because our clients are other agents, guys, right? Those are our clients. So I looked at them and I said, look, this is what I do that's different. This is what I do that's different. This is what I bring to the table. I use something as a member of the Luxury Institute for Home Marketing. I use a tool called Wealth Engine, right? I just turned the #1 luxury listing agent onto this tool. She's one of my coaching clients in Chicago. And I turned her on to that tool. But I get my homes in front of people that can afford them.
What was that tool called again, please, sir?
It's called Wealth Engine.
Thank you.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell you, this is sort of still in the planning thing, that there's something coming down the pipe where something's going to be working with Wealth Engine and AI in combination. And when I'm going to be one of the first to demo it, and Mr. Bob, I'll keep you in the loop on how that goes. All right. So what I said to them, I'm like, and I looked at them in the face and I said, look, and they told me, oh, we're going to interview 3 more agents. I'm like, always be #1, by the way. Be the #1 agent when you get in the door, and ask, don't be afraid. Are you interviewing other agents? Could I be the first one in? They have no reason to say no. So when they did these terms, I went over why I couldn't do that. And I said, let me tell you, this is not a house that needs to be under marketed. If I would go with these terms, then I would not have the budget to spend on marketing this level of a home to the right people in the right way. And taking a hit on that money is gonna bring you less money and less offers to the table. Because, and I know I knew my numbers. I'm like, do you understand? For the last 3 years, we've only ever had 6 homes that sold in this price point. So that means 6 buyers in a year. So I cannot turn away any buyers. I have to reach out and get in front of every buyer. So I looked at them and I handed them our card and I said, thank you so much for considering me. If you can find an agent that does better marketing and has more social media presence than me, I suggest you hire them. I handed them my card and I said, I'm not worried. I'm looking forward to your call. And I walked out. Now, I'm going to say a little bitty bad word here. I got in my car and I went, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. What have I done? Right? I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. And then 35 minutes later, I got the call. We're going with you, John. It was about, yes, sir.
So did everybody notice what he did? He put every other player on his chessboard.
Yep.
Here's what I'm good at. If you find somebody else better at what I'm good at, good luck.
Yep.
And he made everybody else compare to him rather than them comparing on their terms.
Exactly.
Very smart.
But I knew my added value. I knew what I brought to the table. If you don't know what your added value is, and this is for, coaching clients, talk to your coach, because that is vitally important in this market, that you know what you're bringing to the table that is different than everybody else, right? Now I have top-notch photography. Do I send the photographer to my listings without me being there? Absolutely no. I am high hands-on. I have drone photography. Am I there? Yes. Am I seeing the shots? Yes. Am I seeing the angles? I'm very picky. I'm very picky about mine, right? And then I tell them what I do, what I want. I'm like, if there's fireplaces in the house, I want fire. If there's these cords, I want the cords out. If there's this, I want this. I've gotten to the point where my photographer knows my style so well, they will say, John, Do you really want that chair there? Because look at how this is. I'm like, nope, let's move that out. Great call, right? But you have to work with your people. So when I got the listing, we staged that house. The highest home took us a month to go through the home. It was a divorce situation. They had 6 kids. Trust me when I say we had to bring it up to luxury standards. All right. So every room looked like it could have been in Home and Garden when we were done. We spent 2 days in the library reducing and restaging, 2 full days. Right. So I brought in, and sometimes you need to do this. I brought in a painter and I said, look, this is damaged. These got to be painted. And like a lot of the kids' rooms, we had it painted. I like to have a little bit of meat in the game. So I got my client to pay for some of this stuff. I had him have all the carpets cleaned. All right. I had every piece of art taken down, and I purchased and I have a staging warehouse. I purchased art that fit a luxury home. Okay. You have one chance to make a first impression, guys. When they come through that table, through that door, they need to say, wow. If they don't say, wow, you're going to sell it. So now I put together a beautiful presentation, hardcover books. I have them there for every agent that walks through the door with their client. Why do you think I do that? Come on, I know.
Because your client could become your client one day.
Absolutely, yes. So I put this beautiful book together with my little key. I had stuff about the country club. I had drone pictures of the country club. I had the country club membership in my book. I had everything you needed to know about the golf course, what hole we were on, about care for the koi pond, everything, right? And I'd never offer my book to anybody's client. Never do that. Are they going to take it? Yeah. Right. So I actually got 3 new luxury clients from that because they took my book and they were so impressed on how I marketed my properties, how I went above and beyond, added value. Now, here's another thing I did that I was huge, and people probably, a lot of people don't do these anymore. But for my luxury ones, I do an invite-only broker open, right? Invite only. I had something called a grazing table, which is basically, a crudité in the kitchen. It was gorgeous, beautiful, right? Now, you and I know when you have agents come through a broker open, they usually eat your food and stay about a half an hour and leave, right? My broker open started at 11. My broker open was supposed to end at 2. At 4:30, I finally had to say, you all have to go home. Right? They came in. I had my home stager that I worked with me. She was in the bar. We had champagne in real glasses with raspberries in it. Now, I love to be bougie, but I am Irish, so I'm frugal. I'm just saying. I like bougie on a budget. You know what I'm saying? So I went to Costco and I got a couple cases of the really good champagne. Now, was it Dome? No. Was it the orange bottle, what I'm talking about, of the champagnes? I had a couple cases of those. I went to IKEA. I had real plates. I had real silverware, and I had real glasses, wine glasses.
You can lease that stuff too.
I know, but you know what? I had a staging warehouse and I used it over and over and over.
But for those of us who are not so high class, we can lease that stuff.
That's sweet that he said high class, because I'm cheap. The word is cheap that you're looking for with me.
I'm Scottish. I can match your Irish. Let's go.
Oh God,
yeah.
It's
We're both
bougie
cheap.
on a budget. It's bougie on a budget.
Bougie on a budget, right? So then I had the food. I went to local, patisserie, and they made me little tiny mini cupcakes that were art. I mean, they were just art. So, and then I have friends, because I'm also a musician. I have friends that played, I had for this one I had a harpist and one I had a jazz pianist that was playing, because both of them had music rooms, right? And then I had people work with me and did guided tours and answered questions. I only invited the top 50 agents in my market that sold $1 million or more plus. And I don't mean cumulatively. I mean, they had to sell a home that was at least $1 million before I would invite them. I did invitations sent out in bougie envelopes, right, to their offices, and then we called them. It was a huge hit. And understand, 6 buyers the prior year for the whole market, right? And it was a big market. Our MLS it takes about 2.5 hours to 3 hours to drive across it. That's how big our board is, right? So 6 out of those, I think I probably had 75 agents, because everybody kept calling saying, hey, can I bring this agent with me? Can I bring this agent with me? Can I bring someone? Can I bring my office manager with me? And of course, I'm like, absolutely. Absolutely. Right. I had so many offers. I had people that took my books back to their managing brokers and said, this is what luxury should look like. Right? Nobody did it. Nobody. And that's the key. Nobody would do it. Now, did it cost me a fortune to do that? No. No. I bought now my branded cover books. Those aren't cheap, but I didn't go through that many. Right? But each one of the agents that walked out of there for the broker open had one. Right? So then and here is the imperative thing. Do not let any agent walk through a luxury agent on a freaking lockbox. Every appointment must be accompanied by me. We work around my schedule and the seller's schedule, right? Nobody will know the house better than I know the house. You get there an hour ahead, you get every light going, you get the fountain. Like we had one, it had fountains in the pool room, and the fountains came down the wall, and it had like streams with plants and stuff. You make sure everything is up, open, lit, every single room. If there's a hot tub in the pool room, have the hot tub open, have it running. Everything should be running, everything light is on. If there's a movie room, and I guarantee you the high-end luxury homes will all have a media room, you bring something and you play, and it should be playing white on loop in that media room, right? If I had one where it had a media room, and then they had snack kiosks. One was soda kiosk, one was like treats. I went, once again, cheap but bougie on a budget, as Leslie says. We have a Menards by us, and they sell the big movie box candies for $1 a piece. I had a ton of them on the snack kiosk, and I had fresh popcorn for them. All right. So selling lifestyle is all about emotion, and selling luxury and lifestyle. You are selling a lifestyle. Now, here's another key. I would suggest, if you have hospitals in the area, you go over, meet the physician recruiter, and give them personalized invites, right? Always a good person to have on your team.
Can you repeat that? The head of who?
The physician recruiting. Every hospital has a physician recruiter who brings in new doctors, because they're always wanting fresh blood to bring in the market. There is nobody more fun to sell to than a doctor. Anybody have any idea why?
They have money.
And they have a lot of it.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the other thing that they have ego.
Ego.
They have ego. Doctors have ego. They want the biggest, best, shiniest, and most expensive. I love selling luxury to doctors.
Excuse
They
me
also
for
have-
interrupting again. Oh,
I was
Pardon?
gonna say, they also have special lending programs for 0% down. for
Absolutely. they
These
do.
guys.
And many of them, and now I will say in Indiana, it's almost all financing, but in Michigan, it's almost all cash, guys. So you can have a $6 million cash buyer just because the wife needs a project. And I swear, cross my heart, those are the words that were said to me. Well, we're thinking about buying this $6 million Airbnb on the lake, Michigan, because it really needs some updating and my wife needs a project. Those are when you get in your car, pee your pants just a teeny bit and go, yes, thank you, God. Right?
what
But
kind of videos do you do, John?
I do a Matterport 3D interactive video, right? And floor plans. Always do not have a home on without floor plans. Okay. You know how much if you have a Matterport done, you know what a floor plan costs? $20. It's ridiculous. It's crazy cheap.
In other countries, every listing, every rental, every, like $1,000
Absolutely.
lease has a floor plan.
Absolutely.
Why are we not doing this? Kathleen.
So I live in BFE, right? And there's only 22 agents. Average sale price is $230,000. Most expensive sale price is $575,000, $600,000.
Okay, so
I'm
that's
the
your
only-
luxury.
That's my luxury, right? And I've had 3 of them this year. And I got 2 of them because my first one, I included a floor plan and I'm the only agent in town that does a floor plan. Cost me $30.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I don't, guys, luxury is not where you cheap out. You're going to spend more money on marketing, but know what works and what doesn't. Don't throw your money away. Like I had one, he's like, well, I want this commission rate. And I said, well, then let me show you my marketing plan. And then let's see what we're going to take off, what you don't want me to use in order to sell your home. And like that, I got my commission. So what would you like me to cut off my marketing plan? Right? Added value. If you can't sell your commission rate as an added value, then shame on you, you shouldn't be selling homes. Right? We are worth, and who here thinks that we aren't worth every single penny we get and more? Right? We work our butts off. So then the follow-up is really important. No, work with your title work, make sure you have like we actually closed one of them in a country in the country club. If you're trying to get in a and I know we're running out of time, so I'm trying to cram a ton of stuff in an hour, right? You want to be the master of that. If there's a subdivision that's a luxury subdivision, guys, everybody here has Facebook business. Everybody here has Instagram business. Everybody here better have a YouTube, right? Start a channel. As example, start a Facebook channel for Sand Creek, right? Sand Creek, be all things Sand Creek. Invite other people to participate in it. You run it, straight rules. SEO the hell out of it. And once again, who do we go to for the SEO? All right. And become the expert on that, right? Do videos standing out in front of that country club. And they all have nice big old signs. Aberdeen, Sand Creek, Briarwood, they all have them, right? Stand out there and do a video of that. Then or do a drive-through, slowly filming and going over the amenities. Have that playing behind you, green screen it, and you talk about but you need to be the expert on that development, right? But people don't get the idea that it's like, make my own Even if you haven't sold a house in there, you want to get in there, right? Exactly. Yes, sir.
So there's a GoPro mount that's magnetic you can put on the outside of your car for those drive-bys. You can put the GoPro on your roof and aim it a little askew to aim it towards the right to the passenger side. And if you drive down the road and then you play the video on half speed when you produce it, it makes this gorgeous drive-by.
And you know what, guys? Have you ever noticed people just walking in slow-mo? No matter what they look like, that's sexy. Right? That's sexy.
I should put that on my
Yeah. I'm going to be filmed only in slow-mo from now on. Right?
profile.
Yeah. So you also have you guys ever heard of evoker agent video, real estate agent videos? Have you ever seen those, guys? Go on YouTube and look up evoker real estate agent videos. They're gorgeous. Now, I'm not saying use evoker, they're really expensive, but find a local videographer and you need to sell yourself as a luxury agent. Yes, sir, Leslie.
I was Googling Revoker.
Okay. So you want to have a nice video about you, what you do, how you do it. And then you want some really nice things. I love to see where you're walking up to the home, dressed to the T's, getting out of your car, a nice slow-mo open it and walking in, and then having the film where you talk about the home, right? Those are so sexy. Are those expensive? Don't have to be. Has anyone ever heard of it? And I know you guys know what they are. There's different ways. The Osmo, where you have somebody follow you and it tracks you when you walk through the house. You can walk and it keeps it all smooth and level and right. Then go through and do a lot of video on that. And put it over and over and over. Now, here's something I like to do. I like to do a community open house for neighbors only. All right. So, another fun thing to do, guys, is go to your luxury car dealers and have them do some pictures and have them put some luxury cars in front of in the driveway.
Oh, nice.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. If it's a really nice community, rent some golf carts and give people tours.
If you don't mind me
Wonderful.
asking, John, I know you touched on it multiple times that it's a lifestyle, and I could not agree with you more.
Mhm.
Where do you hang out?
Well, I'm a member of their country club
Mm-hmm.
in New Buffalo. Now, go to the country clubs, go to the yacht clubs. I don't have a freaking boat. Am I a member of the yacht club in Michigan, in New Buffalo, Michigan? Heck yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's not that expensive. The country club in Sand Creek, they have a realtor package where it's just a social membership.
Really?
Absolutely. And if there are country clubs that don't have it, you should go talk to them. And here's how you do it.
Yeah.
I'm a local realtor. I love what this subdivision is about, the lifestyle. I love it, love it, love it. I'd love to set up a tour so I can better educate my clients about everything you guys have.
That's fantastic. So is it just a different rate, or they just know you're an agent?
No, it's a different rate. It's a much more reduced rate.
Okay.
I'm not coming to use the pool. I'm not a golfer. I will tell you, I'm 5'3". A golf bag would kill me. That's not, now, if I can drive the golf cart and provide cocktails, I'm in. I'm that guy, right? So know your market and be seen, right? But the most important thing, guys, I'm going to tell you, know your added value, get your branding spot on, know your competition, become hyper local, and knock them off those pedestals because they're lazy and complacent. And I tell you, you will find them in every market. If there's a subdivision that you want, a new build subdivision, start doing tours. create a Facebook page, create a YouTube page where people start seeing. And if you don't think that the builders pay attention to the agents that are working to bring them clients, trust me, they do. Yes, sir.
When you do those posts and things, do tag their Facebook page, tag them in your post. The more they see you sharing their page and their content, the more they're going to love you.
Absolutely. And you can also do that with luxury services in the area. Like when I brought in luxury cars, I hashtag them, their business. Okay. Because who do you think they're going to talk about? If I'm promoting them, they're promoting me. Right. So do we have, let's open up for questions. We only have a little bit of time left. So who's got some questions?
Where are you looking for your buyers? Sorry, Nick. You're too
That
slow.
was my question.
Was that your question?
Well, where I'm looking for my buyers is I'm not looking for my buyers. My buyers are looking for me.
Boom. Yeah.
Mic drop.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like 1,000%. Yes.
Yeah.
So that's attraction marketing. You create the magnetism and the gravity that brings people to you. You're not going around doing 1,000 pop buys and delivering a pumpkin to every house, which
No.
is nice if you want to do it, but people come to you.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, I need Chicago people to come by my new listing.
So where are you exactly again?
Southwest Florida, Sarasota.
Oh, there's a
I
absolutely.
need, honestly, I need your people.
You know what, Heidi, send me your information.
Oh, no, we're having lunch already at Summit. You, me and Nick, I've already said it in the chat. And then
Okay.
no, we're taking you to dinner. So wherever you choose is going to be great. I can't even wait.
Okay. All right. Now here's the weird thing, Bob. I didn't tell you this. I wasn't going to Summit because I had a family reunion and my mother-in-law's 85,
Oh,
but that changed just today. And I'm rapidly booking my flight and hotel and everything. So I will see you at Summit.
Yay. Team Bob dinner is on Tuesday night.
Okay.
You are invited.
Thank you.
You're adopted
So-
Team Bob.
I
Just
better
as-
be. I'm your
just-
biggest fan.
just as an example, sir, if I may, since you're taking questions,
Mhm.
this is my front picture.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And you are 100% correct. I am trying to sell a lifestyle, but I need your Chicago people to come buy this.
Oh, yeah.
Are you running ads in Chicago on Facebook?
I have not yet.
You should be doing some targeted marketing in Chicago. You can do that
So-
really effectively on a budget.
So go on Facebook, find Chicago groups that have to do with boating. And then when you're posting, tag that Chicago group in your post.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Join
Because that'll
lots
tell
of
Facebook
groups.
people in this group will want I'm sorry, John.
Join lots of groups
Yeah.
and be involved.
Hmm.
Okay. Now, and I'm sure Bob has said this before. Don't heart emoji anybody from now on. Comment,
Mm-hmm.
engage, comment. Do you have to do it all day long? No. First thing in the morning and last thing at night, go through and comment.
And when they comment on your post, comment back.
Comment back. Absolutely.
It may take you an hour, but that hour is probably more valuable than other things because you're creating that Velcro and this does not work on Instagram. This is a
it
Facebook
doesn't.
strategy.
Mm-mm. And every broker open that you can go to at a luxury listing, you better be there. I love watching Kimberly. I will have to say, Kimberly, I want to play poker with you because your face gives away everything, every minute,
Doll.
right? Am I telling the truth, Bob?
She's a doll. We love
Yeah.
her.
You can see when a light bulb goes off for her, she's like, so what other questions do we have, guys? Oh, here's another real important thing. You don't have any luxury listings right now, right? You don't have a luxury listing. You're in an office with luxury listings. My office has share the listings, promote their listings. You know what? If I have a luxury listing, somebody in my office wants to promote it, please, everywhere you want to. and then start really talking about that luxury market and those luxury buyers, and be at places where there's luxury. Like I have a client that she wants to move into luxury, and I said, then go do some of your social media on luxury. They're in Las Vegas. I'm like, do you know you have shoes that are art? You have jewelry, you have cars, it's all lifestyle. Put some of that on your social media, because guess what? Everyone wants to see how the other half lives. And like Heidi, you're doing lifestyle. Why don't you go and do an interview with some of those yacht owner, the places that sell the yachts and stuff?
My video, I'm interviewing my seller who owns this yacht, because he takes me out on the yacht, and I interviewed him, and it's in my video, and he was so perfect. But I have another question, and we are absolutely meeting up because I'm also a coach. But I'll see what all coaches are. And but my question here is a lot of the luxury high end also, if I understand properly, is done off market, because the other people, they don't want everybody else to know I'm going to sell my giant house.
I would say that depends on your market. In Chicago, they're not. The Chicago market is all about marketing. But I will tell you, the one thing that I'm going to tell you, you have to take care of a luxury client differently than you do a primary home client, right? You do an open house, you better be walking in with flowers, and you're not doing Jimmy John's and bottled water. Okay, so they need a higher level of client care. And here's my biggest complaint about all realtors: if you are not talking to your sellers weekly, shame on you. And we never want to talk to them if we don't have great news. We only want to talk to them if they have great news. That talking to them every week, letting them know what's going on in the market, letting them understand why this house sold and yours didn't, letting them and those are prime times that also sets your client up if you need to do a price adjustment. So by not talking to your client for weeks, you're shooting yourself in the foot. Mr. Bob.
We're not selling houses, we're selling trust.
Exactly.
If you hide something from them and you know that something's out of whack and you just didn't want to call them because you didn't want to express that to them, you're not building trust. You're building deceit. We're selling trust.
And sometimes, I mean, it's a great opportunity for you to educate your clients and keep your clients educated and keep your clients bound. Now, I will tell you, my highest sale had $300,000 worth of repairs that needed to be done. 300. He bought it that way from another luxury agent. And I said to him, why did you not have this taken care of when you bought it? Oh no, the owner told me it's no big deal. Da, da, da. So tell me, was that agent about her commission or about her client? All right. So now I will tell you that when I sold it, I negotiated away all $300,000 of the repairs, and he didn't have to do any of it. But shame on the other client on the other agent, because all they cared about was their commission. And I love that. Sorry, I do. If my job is, my fiduciary responsibility is care about my client. Yours is to care about yours. So I would have gotten $300,000 worth of repairs done or a reduction in price if I would have sold him the house. But my job when I resold the house was to get him not to do that. But you have to be hyper local. You have to know every step of the way. You have to be the expert. Okay.
Yeah.
And guys, you can find me anytime you want to reach out. Don't hesitate. I'll answer any questions, show you anything that I've ever used. And if you do luxury geo farming, guys, please do not put them in a white envelope with a printed tag. For God's sakes, have those envelopes hand printed and bougie them up. You can even get pearlized envelopes from Amazon. All right?
Hire a local art student to do the envelopes.
Yeah.
You know, my handwriting is rubbish, but somebody else's would be much better.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
you know, it may be worth a couple $100 to have somebody to sit there and write out some envelopes.
Yeah.
Maybe doodle something pretty on them. I don't know.
And I do a nice seal on the back with my logo on it, right? And I will tell you that sometimes I use gold metallic seals because I like to give that subliminal money message. Bob,
I just
I'm a real estate whore.
I just want to come to your house at Christmas and see how it's done.
Bob, you would die. Seriously.
I probably would. I probably would.
19 Christmas trees, buddy.
At my max, I had 5.
That's amazing.
I have a whole room that I call my Christmas closet, and it's the size of a bedroom.
Well, and on that note, everybody, thank you, Coach John, for being here.
Thank you, guys. It was my pleasure, really. Anytime
We will see you in summer.
You know,
Yeah.
our ecosystem is all about sharing, giving, and rip off and duplicate.
Yes.
Right?
Okay,
right,
guys. Take care.
Take care.
Bye. This is Bob.